Hello children, moving on, let's learn more on our Arduino board. We had seen this in last tutorial, brief understanding about. We will know more on what all different pins are there. We will still not talk about the things which we will not be using it because you will get confused with that. So you can have a look on this one. So first is I talk about is the 14 digital pins 0 to 13. Where are these on my board? So here 0, 1, 2 until 13. We can use these pins as input or output both. There is something you can see RX and TX. Need not to bother about that. This is for serial communication. Then next thing we talk about is the PWM pin, which is the pulse width modulated pins. On this one you can see there is a slight tilde on 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. It means the output on these 6 pins can be varied between 0 and 5 volt. How can we vary that? Will be as per our program. Then there are 6 analog inputs A0 to A6 which are here. So when we say in, it means we can provide any output or any output from any device to these pins. So this is to be used here, and certainly this needs to be the limit of up till 5 volt only, and this analog inputs will convert this into a output range of 0 to 1023, and we can, based on this value in our program, we can make some decision further. One point to be noted, LED 13 is connected to a internal LED here, and when I say pin 13 on, so this LED gets turned on. So this is a built-in LED. Apart from that, we have a reset button which is here. So I can reset my board once you press on this button. This jack is for connecting your Arduino to laptop. This connector is for connecting your battery if your Arduino is not connected to your computer, so it needs to be powered on using this. This chip is the main microcontroller for Arduino, which is 8 mega, and few other components not needed, so we'll not talk it for now. If needed, we can refer to that anytime later on and can refer to and can discuss further for the same. I believe you all must be remembering about what we covered in our video 1 in the series. So it was more sort of covering towards video, voltage, current and resistance, and covering about the breadboard, and then worked about towards brief understanding about the Arduino as well. So going forward in this series, let's first open the site which is arduino.cc. This is the official site for Arduino. There are lots of tutorials available, might be a bit difficult for you to understand as of now, so you can see it at later stage of time. So for now, go into the software place. And it will guide you towards downloading the software as per your machine. So this says the latest available version is 1.8.1, and this is called Arduino IDE, which is the Arduino software development environment which is installed as per your desktop. So if you are using the Windows, so is the Windows installer, or if you are using Mac OS, so you need to download the Mac OS installer. So once you click on this one, it will start Arduino 1.8.1 Windows executable download. So once you are done with this one, so it will be there in your download folder. So this is the file which will be available on your download folder. So we can go ahead and do the installation of the same. You need to do a double click on the same and it will start doing the execution, and then correspondingly it will install the software on your machine. Once your Arduino IDE is installed, now it is the time for us to run that and see. So it is going to be having the symbol like this, which is the and then further we can open it. So this will open a window like this, and it is showing here the version of the IDE, which is 1.8.1, which we have downloaded. And in this one you can see the different options to open a new sketch file. So these are the files which are uploaded on Arduino, and these are called sketches. So there are options, multiple options here. If you go on to the edit and then sketch, there are some example sketches also available. So we can just open one example sketch, which is from the basic. We can open the blink. This is nothing but, and we can close this one. So this is written in somewhere embedded C language. I am not saying you to learn this for now. We will be using somewhat simpler way as of now, and once you are done, you have some clarity on Arduino, then only we will be moving towards learning this language. So what all we will be using from here, so we can have a look. So few important things. So one is, once you go into the tools, so your board is Arduino Uno, and port is, once you connect your Arduino board here, so we need to select one COM port from there. So this is what on the Arduino IDE. We will come back to this later on. For now, another one thing I would just show you here is the serial port. So here you see, once sometimes we'll be using this serial monitor also. So if I click on here, as of now the Arduino is not connected, it will not show me, but once I click on this here, so it will open a small window. We will be using that in our experiments or in all of our projects. Okay, so if we are not using this IDE but we need to program, so what is the way forward? What is the software which we will be using? So just for your understanding, we explored 3 softwares. One was S4A, which is Scratch for Arduino, another one was Snap for Arduino, and another one was MBlock. So we analyzed all the 3 softwares because we wanted to that once you are learning the Arduino at the age of small young age, we should not be targeting learning everything new, so it becomes a bit difficult. So we picked up a software which is graphical in nature, which is block based programming, and we are able to program your Arduino based on that. So we have finalized working on with MBlock. We will go ahead and install it. Why did we finalize on that? There are few aspects related to that. So first is that it is based on the latest Scratch, so that the look and feel is quite similar to Scratch. If you have worked in Scratch, so it will be quite simple for you to understand and continue working or making projects in for the Arduino. Secondly, it generates the code in the same language as you can see in the sketch file. So it was, whatever the program you are writing, it generates the sketch file for that, and then this will be uploaded on the Arduino. So how we will go ahead is, let's open first. Right, so from here we can do a download on Windows Download. Has started the downloading the executable, and once this is downloaded, you need to install this on your machine. One important point which we are to take care, once this is installed, so we need to open it like this. So this will create a desktop icon on your machine. You need to click and you need to run that as administrator. If you don't do that, there will be some problem once you start running your IDE or once you start uploading your file to Arduino. So open it. So this is very familiar, the Scratch kind of a software which is available here. Few things which are new over here is this one, this block. And how we'll be getting this Arduino is you need to go onto the extensions and check on Arduino. So then you will start seeing blocks which are just specific to Arduino. And we need to connect from here on the boards, which is Arduino Uno, and the port also you need to connect. Once you connect one Arduino, it will start getting the port. I will connect it right away. Yeah, so this is serial port COM8. So we are connected. You can see a green dot here. It says that my Arduino is connected with M block. So it's very simple. There is nothing else. Once you have installed M block, there is nothing else that you are supposed to be doing it. Now let's understand the blocks which are available here. We will be using it on our first project. So for now we'll have an understanding about. So it says this is the, once I am creating an Arduino program, I need to use this block. It says read digital pin. So I can read all the digital pins till pin 13 from this one. This is for reading the analog pins. Analog pins are 6, A0 to A6. I can give it any number over here. And we will be using further this digital pin output, so which is again I can keep any number till pin 13. Then there are PWM pins. So if you remember, we have checked it, so which is where we can modify the output, and these pins are 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. So whatever way I need to program, I will be using this there. Then there are, this one we will be using it when we start using the buzzer. This is for servo motor. This is when we are using the serial monitor. How we will be using it, we will come to know more. And few other blocks we will be using it from here is the generally the loops, probably the conditions, probably the wait block, a forever loop, it could be any condition, it could be any repeat block, which I will be utilizing across. We will be using some variables also, so you can create a variable. So this is for using the variable, which we will be needing it when we are making our projects. And few more things we will be needing it from here is for writing any text on the serial monitor. So we will be using this block, and I believe more or less I covered. And during the projects we will look and see if there is some problem associated with any of these blocks.